Leave it to at Dean Blandino to still whine even when the tush push isn't used. These crybaby announcers hating the Eagles regardless of what they do.
Hey guys, welcome to the official YouTube page for Calm Down with Erin and Charissa. This is where you can watch all of our ridiculous conversations and fun interviews.
We have full shows, we've got pre-games, anything and everything that you guys could want. But first, you're going to have to subscribe. Just hit subscribe right there and you're good to go.
And now you can calm down with us.
Yep. Can you tell that we're reading this off a script? We hope so. All right. We need to calm down and wrap this bad boy up. Press subscribe. Thanks for listening.
Calm Down with Erin and Charissa is a production of iHeartRadio.
Hi.
Hi.
This reminds me of a Matthew Stafford wave that he was doing to the girls after he won the Super Bowl. I love that little gift of his. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Calm Down podcast. Week 4 in the books. We have a lot to discuss on this podcast, okay? Here's my rundown. Here's my attempted rundown, trying to be organized. Let me sit up straight for this. Okay, we're going to talk about Aaron sit down with Baker. If you listen to the pregame, we are all bake all the time. Love him.
All bacon. Shake and bake.
Shake and bake. We are going to discuss, I'm headed back to my 25-year high school reunion this weekend.
That's amazing. You hit me with that this weekend. That's amazing.
We're going to talk about that. We also are going to talk about, I got a home game for the Rams, so I'm back at the ranch, which is really exciting to already be back here early in the season.
I got a home game with the Chargers.
Home game with the Chargers for my girl, even though she hasn't even come home yet because she's still on the road. She's a busy gal. We've got fall is here. I'm into all the candles. I'm into all the things. So
let's do a candle assessment. Let's like your hottest candles. Let's do a fall candle chatter. Because I saw one advertised today and I really want to try it. But then I like the one that we kind of were turned on to. So it's a whole thing.
Okay, well, let's just dive into it. Why wait? Because here's what my hack is. I just came from Save Mart, the grocery store here in my cute little town where I'm in the middle of nowhere.
Yes.
I love Save Mart. I love a deal. But all they have are, I won't say the name brand of the candle because it will feel like I'm knocking them, which is not nice. I'm not knocking them. But it is a lower, you and I are candle snobs. We are spending your max college fund on these candles because we've gotten really addicted to these scents, and it's astronomical what we're willing to pay for wax and a good scent. However, knowing that I'm going to, want to rotate some of these seasonal scents in, I bought the cheaper candle, okay? And there's the diptyque one that I have, but it's hollowed out because the candle's gone. So I've now put the cheaper candle inside the diptyque one. So aesthetically it looks, that's what a candle snob I am. It still looks like it's diptyque, but it's giving off a different aroma. Okay, that's where I'm at. It's an imposter candle inside the expensive one. And then Steve even will do this when we're at the house, and that really nice one. How do we say it? Trevedion or something like that. I don't know. It's so fancy. So you guys, this candle's like $600. Like, I know you're going to be like, oh my God, you guys think you're so rich. No, we're not rich. We're just obsessed with this smell. So it'll be on. I'll have it lit. And Steve goes, okay, it's been 10 minutes. Got to blow it out.
Is it the one scent? The scent?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the one, the gold one. And so Steve goes, 10 minutes, got to blow it out. Can't have any more. We're wasting it. I'm like, okay, well then we have a 10-minute timer on the candle. I'm not allowed to have it. But
you can't do that with candles. You have to let it burn all the way through. So then you don't have the dips. You got to have this straight. You don't know this about candle burning?
Well, how do you put it out and extinguish it? Because it's very big.
No. You can't just let it, especially a big one, you can't just let it burn for 10 minutes. You got to let it burn so the whole candle is like
wax?
Liquid, right? Yeah. You can't let it burn so it's like little circles, because then it burns unevenly. This is a whole Lauren Fenner
I didn't know that
thing. And she has made me OCD about it. She's like, don't light a big candle unless you're willing to commit and have it burn through the whole thing, because then you're only getting portions. Yeah, you're only getting portions of the candle burning. So then I've even gone to the whole thing, OCDville, where you get the tin foil and you put it up and you make a whole dome on it. So to correct any odd burning.
Oh my God. A tinfoil dome? What are you talking about? I don't know what that even would.
Somebody may be joining us soon. You know who.
Oh, okay. For those of you that are listening, we're going to get to the week 4 slate of games that we just finished, and we have a surprise guest coming on. And as soon as because we just asked him to come on like 5 seconds ago when we started talking about week 4 and then logged on here. But no, let me just finish this thought real quick because we are like psycho with our conversations. No. I'm just saying this is how we talk. Squirrel. This is why I have to be on Adderall. I have ADD. So I have to do a candle commitment and commit until there's enough wax where there's no little ponds.
Yeah, you have to let it burn all the way through.
I did not know that. All right. Well, anyways, I'd love to hear if anybody else out there burns their shitty candles, and then when guests come over, then you light the really nice one. Yes. Because that's what I also do. Okay, yeah. I can't be wasting the $20 candle like I can't be putting on a $20 candle when somebody comes over. I got to light the Big Daddy and be like, "Whoa, look at me. I'm so fancy." Okay.
Well, I love that. No. Why are we stopping?
There's a lot of texting going. Well, because there's a lot of texting going on here. So is he coming on?
Who cares? Let's keep rolling. I love this.
Okay.
So can I ask, I just did a whole thing with Glade and the pumpkin scent, and there's a big debate on it because, you got me into pumpkin with like the loaf, and I hate that word, and the muffin. What is your scent as it's starting to be fall, even though I was just in 100-degree weather? Also, too, fun fact, not an ad, but would love it to be. Do you know in the South, they're like the biggest ones to get like the biggest consumers of pumpkin apple scents because they don't really have the seasons in the South. So it's like burning the candle in the fall is a big deal for people in the South, which I find so interesting. Great stats. Mike Mulvihill, shout out.
Oh my God. Let's take it to the streets and do a poll.
Sure.
I love growing up in Seattle. My mom would always have a candle on. It's not specific to Seattle, but just like growing up, my mom always had a candle on. And I loved it. It feels homey. And it doesn't matter if it's summer, winter, fall, spring. But up at the ranch, you get all 4 seasons here. So I had left you a voice note earlier because I was picking up all the apples off the tree.
Oh, it was such a sweet voice note. The apples.
The apples are falling off the tree and like the colors up here change. And it's like I love it so much. So I got an apple cinnamon candle and I also got a pumpkin one, and I have the apple cinnamon one going right now. And I'm just like, it makes me want to, I'd say make a pie, but I don't make pies. But you know what I mean? It makes me want to just like, I just love the seasons. And I don't know. I living in Southern California, we don't really get that. It's like, put on a jacket. It's like a little cold, but I love the fall. In fact, I think fall might be my new favorite season. It used to always be summer, but I think football.
Okay.
And it's like, but we're working during the fall season. Soup. Yeah. See, I've really had a change of heart here. Yeah, fall. I'd like to declare fall is my favorite season.
You're a fall gal. I like to declare that it was hard to feel that it was the end of September in Tampa. We just came from the Eagles-Bucks game. I got to tell you, I know I sound like an 80-year-old half the time. That heat took it out of me. I mean, I was gassed. Wow. I laid in bed last night after a shower that I just stood in because I was like, I am so disgusting.
Was the shower hot or cold?
Hot. Because I had already this was already like hours
Cooled
after
down.
the game. I didn't get to shower until probably 11. That's a lie. I didn't get to shower till about 11:30, 12. Anywho, it was 100 degrees on that field. I just have to stand in it. Watching 300-pound men with pads on have to be exceptional at their job. I sit there and I'm like, I can't function. This is so hot. And then I look at freaking Vita Vea sacking Jalen Hurts for the second time. Jalen Carter running up and down the field. God dang.
Yeah. The fact that was the heat was so much of a storyline, and you were great at articulating it in the pregame, and the guys were throughout the game, that for the Eagles, why it was such a point for them of consideration because of what they experienced last time they were there. And then even the heat when we had them from Kansas City in week 2.
Yeah.
I was in Arizona this past week, but hello, newsflash, we're in a dome. So Thank
Your little
God.
ponytail was cute.
Fine. Oh, thanks. I should have not done that until I got my hair done. But I did. You know what I did? I did a little front situation to dye. Shout out to Taryn because Nikki was out of town. I just needed to get the side root situation.
We're going Wednesday. Yeah. It's definitely time for a touch up. Wow.
Yeah, I needed that done. But anyways,
shout out,
so
Barb.
I appreciated that we were indoors for that thing. But hey, oh, Norman. I was like, wait, who's shuffling around here, buddy? My little cutie. Anyways, I don't know what the hotel's name was, but Arizona. Let me find it. Let me look up real quick. Are we waiting for Dean to come in?
Oh yeah, I told my crew about this.
Yeah.
Give a shout out to this hotel.
You guys, there is and Erin is the queen of always asking me where I'm staying. And Al's the king about they are, I will say, I'm a candle snob. Erin's a hotel snob. And I told her she's in a hotel right now. She lives in hotels. So this hotel, while I look it up, hold on, stay with me. I had never stayed there before. It's newer, but man, it makes all the difference in the world when you are somewhere fantastic.
Yeah, give me a name. I want to look it up again.
The Global Ambassador in Phoenix, Arizona. Right here. That's the one. It was great. It was
great.
Beautiful. So loved that. I also loved doing I always, have a little hometown in me, even though I get it. I can't root for each team, but I just love working Seattle games because I know my family is watching, which is very sweet. They love their Seahawks. Sam Darnold, fantastic. That guy makes me laugh. He's so great. So they won. They're rolling. Seattle's a team that a lot of people don't talk about, but they should be. They are. Because they're Mike McDonald now in the second year with that defense. Sam Darnold, yes, albeit it's his first year there. They have Jackson Smith-Njigba is their leading receiver, and he had at first half, Sam Darnold had hit 8 other guys for whatever. A total, I don't even know what the total yardage was, but there was 8 other guys that had a reception in the first half, and Jackson Smith-Njigba was not one of them. What that tells me is there is a lot of football to go around. And then Kenneth Walker in the backfield, Charbonnet, and Dean Blandino joins us now on the Calm Down podcast. That was a call to the bullpen, and
Big
our
time.
guy responded. Hi.
Hey, real quick before we talk.
I'm always, yeah.
I love you.
Do you have your computer open? Can you look up the Global Ambassador Hotel.com? We were just talking about, and I mentioned this at our dinner, and Dean was sitting next to me, and I said, Chris is staying in a real incredible hotel, so much so she didn't even go out. Yeah. This place.
Yeah, I've stayed there.
Carissa, the wallpaper of this Camelback Terrace suite, this looks incredible.
I love the Dean's.
God, it's like a
there.
White Lotus.
Oh, it's fantastic. Hey, for those of you listening here on the podcast or watching, Dean, looking like you're 25 years old. What a dream you are.
I look like I'm 57.
Okay, that's enough. Before we came on here, we were like, fuck, I hated the ending of that Packers-Dallas game. I hate the tie. And Erin goes, we need Blandino. So thank you for fielding our last-second request to have you on. Your thoughts on last night's game. Go.
Sure. I always keep my Mondays open in case I'm going to get this call. Keep it open. So here's the game was awesome. So we were all flying back different places, me and our colleague Kevin Burkhardt, a couple of other people, our LA squad as our text group. So we were on a flight to LA. EA was on a flight to New York, and the game was amazing. One of the biggest issues I had with the game is, EA, you were way ahead of us.
I was?
So you were like, oh my God, wow. And I was like, oh no, what's going to happen? I was like, okay, something's happening. We don't know what. So you didn't get specific, which I'm
sorry.
But it just set it up that, okay, something cool is going to happen. But and definitely an anticlimactic ending with the tie. And look, this is the deal. They changed the rule.
Why?
I hate this.
We've been tweaking this.
Keep tweaking.
Because everybody wants it to be perfect. Oh, Patrick Mahomes didn't get a chance to get the ball, or Josh Allen did. You know what? Play defense. Okay? Special teams count too. The problem is it's 10 minutes, right? It's 10 minutes because of player safety. They don't want the players playing additional snaps. You could play.
It makes sense.
You could play 70 minutes of football and then have to turn around and play on Thursday night. So, and look, think about Sunday night to Thursday night, quick turnarounds. Right. That's why it's 10 minutes. And it does open it up for more ties, which aren't great unless at the end of the year, they're really good for tiebreakers when we have, whether it's the division. But yeah,
explain that a little bit for people. Since I know we have a lot of listeners on. Well, we have so many listeners that I don't even know if we could keep
so many.
Yeah. Sure. But I know that there's not, 100% football listeners in here. So explain what that means in terms of like it coming down to a tiebreaker.
Yeah. So typically, right, if you have two teams in the same division, say it's the NFC East and it's the Commanders and the Eagles are tied with the same record. They're both 10-7. And then so there's a list of tiebreakers. And it goes to, record within the division, common head-to-head, common opponents, and you have these lists. It actually, the last tiebreak, which I don't think we've ever gotten to, is a coin flip. That is an actual in the rule. So when you have a tie, that usually, there are very few ties during the season. So now the Cowboys and Packers, they're going to have that one less loss, that one less win with the tie, and that will help break a tiebreaker if we get down to it at the end of the year.
I still don't get it.
Yeah, it's fine.
I don't love it.
Since we bothered you in the middle of what are you doing right now that you can share? Can you share anything with us? What you're doing? Are you what's happening on a Monday for you?
Just working from home, looking at some college tape. I actually have a Zoom call. I have a standing Zoom call with Mike Pereira to go through the plays of the week, the NFL plays and the college plays. So did that. My youngest son just got home from school, so kind of catching up on his day.
Nice.
I'll pick up my oldest from wrestling practice a little later. So this is a nice window for me.
I'm so glad it worked out. And I would like to remind all of our listeners and all of viewers, if you're watching this on YouTube, Dean Blandino, give me your, I don't want to screw it up. You are now our rules analyst for Fox. But when you were at the league, what was your actual title?
I was the senior vice president of officiating.
Okay.
So charge of all the officials.
So Dean, for those of you guys that don't know, Saturday, all college football. Sunday, half the time goes on the road and just with Erin.
He's on the road permanently with
100%.
us.
Yeah, that's right. Now you're permanent. And then Mike Pereira
he even has
studio,
a graphic of himself, came up when he talked about the tush push. This
as
past
he
weekend.
should. Dean Blandino,
which is living. You should see my Twitter X feed. The
tell
Phillies
us.
Fan. I was trying to make amends with my. I'm from the Northeast. I'm from New York. I love people from Philly. I said I was fed up with the tush push. I still kind of am, but I was just trying to hey, it's legal. The Eagles aren't doing anything wrong.
Right.
But Philly fans are
Could you read some of your tweets?
Actually, let's read.
Read some of your mean tweets from Philly fans.
It's amazing.
Yes.
Amazing.
At Lane Johnson. No, I'm kidding.
Leave it to at Dean Blandino to still whine, even when the tush push isn't used. These crybaby announcers hating the Eagles regardless of what they do. And then this person went to the, I don't know if we're seeing this, but we had a graphic that we showed and it said, I'm done with the tush push. So this guy, it says, I am done with pooping on the potty. It's hard to wipe.
What? Oh my God. That's actually very funny though.
Somebody actually did that, took time out of their day to do that, which is amazing. There's so many. The Eagles fans, I love my Philly people. So
oh my gosh. Well, hey, Dean, you know what?
We don't not like the Eagles. The Eagles are great. They're actually, I love them. The Eagles are
great to us. The Eagles are great to us.
What up, Dom?
Big Dom, one of my best friends in the world is the assistant GM. I mean, they're so great to us. Mr. Lurie was always good to me.
He's so great.
We just this one philosophical difference about this play. That's all.
That play that looked like it was going to be a tush push, and then they had Saquon bounce outside. I was like, okay.
But was that more fun to watch than everybody?
Of course it was, but it also that was a big fuck you to anyone that doesn't like the tush push, because they're like, oh, okay, you think we're going to run that? Yeah. We got tricks up our sleeve and roll that out.
You know what? I'm sort of keep the tush push so we have something to talk about. Let's keep it.
All right. Well, before we let you get back to your life, is there anything else that stood out to you week 4?
Oh, I love that.
So week 4, it's just the NFL's crazy. I mean, we don't know what is going on. You have games where like Bills Saints, it's like the Saints were 16.5-point underdog. They kept it close. The Cowboys and Packers was a great game. You had the Giants, the Jackson Dart era.
So I was going to ask you, I'm here in New York, and it is just, I mean, the king has been crowned. You would think that as I'm walking the streets, I'm talking to the people in the streets. You're a Giants fan. Tell us your vibe on the whole thing. He had the necklace on. That's all I was worried about.
I love the swagger. I love the energy that he brings. Everything that I read about him and hear about him is that the situation isn't too big. He's doing all the right things. But look, it's 1 week. It's not like he threw for 400 yards, right? But gave the team a spark. I think that's what they needed. It sucks that Malik Neighbors is out for the year. That's such a big loss. That was terrible. But at least they're going to be fun to watch between him and Scadaboo. I mean, they're going to be a lot of fun
Scadaboo!
To watch.
Every time he touches the ball, Fitz and I text each other because we worked a preseason game, and Mr. Scadaboo, straight out of Arizona State, he's just a guy where you want to just say whenever he touches the ball, Scadaboo! Exactly. You can't not say his name like that. No, I think that the Jackson Dart has a little bit of that Baker Mayfield thing, where it's like he's going to do he's going to do anything to get those extra yards. He's always, I mean, look, it's a very small sample size, but I think that, there's a reason in Dable and him.
I just want him to get down more, slide more. You don't need to take all these hits. That's not going to be sustainable. Yeah. So, live to play another down.
All right. Well, Dean Blandino, we love you. Thank you for jumping on with us.
Absolutely. Love you guys. No more ties. And
no more ties.
No more ties.
We got a home game this week.
But we love family ties.
I'm going to see you in the studio, Charissa. I'm coming in on Sunday before our game. So
what? Oh, yeah, because you guys have a home game.
We have a home game.
Oh, that's fantastic!
Right. What are you talking about? The tush push? Why? What are you going to the studio for?
No. That I'm going to do the early game. We've got the early game from wherever it is.
Oh, London.
Mm-hmm. So that's a 6:30 a.m. game. Because my career can't get up that early, so I'm gonna do it.
I mean, look, when you have a modeling career, he needs his sleep. I mean, I understand. Yeah, please.
Wait,
it looks amazing.
Don't leave. Speaking of modeling and London, those two don't go hand in hand. But listen to this beauty of a text right now. So our good friend Greg Olson posts happy birthday to his wonderful, beautiful mom goals for me, wife Kara, and wrote on there, nightmare travel. I'm sure this isn't where you wanted to be. So I, of course, what happened? What's going on? Greg, fantastic, very dramatic, sometimes even more than me, which says a lot. You won't believe it. Long story short, delayed out of Dublin, missed connection in London, no flights, had to book new trip to JFK on different airline, took 3 hours, 3 different terminals to find our luggage, then too late for that flight, rebooked on a later flight to JFK, sitting on plane morning in London, haven't left yet. We took 3 trains, 3 buses, and walked 4 miles around Heathrow. He goes, surreal experience.
God.
Everything possible went wrong for 5 hours. Plus, he brought his sweet children. So he's trying to find 5 seats together.
Fudge.
Greggy would be like, guys, listen to this. Angel.
Yeah, but you know what? While we're talking about Greg Olson, shout out to him, potential nominee for the class of 2026 Hall of Fame. Greg Olson, awesome. We love
Sweetest
you. We
angel.
love you.
We love you, Greg. Absolutely. Hopefully he gets
Okay.
home soon. Hopefully he can get stateside.
You're
soon.
so worried. Don't worry, Dina. I'm in the
Right.
same sweater I wore yesterday as we were dying. I was trying to explain to Charissa, I'm like, the older I get, the
It
more
was
I
so
can't take
hot.
that heat. It was so hot.
And we were only down on the field pregame for like maybe 25 minutes. And I was
Yeah.
like, okay, this is like, I don't
What, there was just no wind? It was the humidity? It was
Ugh.
just like a combo platter.
Yeah, a combination of all of it.
Mm.
And the Florida heat. And it was rough. And even upstairs, I know you don't want to hear this, EA. The booth wasn't great either. It was certainly cooler. We weren't in the sun, but
Are you standing awkwardly still in the corner? Have we gotten you out of the corner yet?
No, I'm still in the corner. But
why? Nobody puts baby in the corner.
We had our little 3-shot yesterday, and we talked about
You
the
were
tush
on
push.
a lot. Tom really likes to refer to you, right, Dino? Right? And you're like, there was one time you go, yep, or yes.
It is a budding bromance. Trust me. It is like this is happening right now. So.
Then the day I see you wearing a white tie with a white shirt, I'll know that the budding romance is consummated.
I wore that at my communion in 2nd grade. Same outfit.
Hey, we were talking, Dean, earlier about how Baker is like America's quarterback, I think. Like, you just want to go have a beer with him. He's not like, 6'5". He just makes us all feel like things are possible. Plus, his sense of humor is phenomenal. So he walks, Charissa, Baker runs off the field to head up the tunnel, and we're all standing there. And, all the guys are coming over. They go to Tom first, as they should, give the goat a hug, shake his hand. Baker comes over and he looks at the outfit and he just goes, it was so good.
So good. So good. Yeah, I got people texting me like, that was the what's up with the tie and the shirt? I was like, I like it. Trust me.
So our researcher, he goes, what do you think of that look? And I said, only Tom can wear that look.
He can pull it off.
Seriously, only Tom can pull off that look.
He looked great.
Yeah.
Just like Stray can pull off a pink suit on pregame. Only Stray. Like, just looks phenomenal.
Yeah, we've seen some other pink suits and we know who they are. They should be wearing them. All right. We love you, Dino. Good luck with the rest of your day. Have fun with your son. I'll see you Sunday.
All right. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Adorable. He's so sweet. Baker, what am I doing? Oh, I gotta read the comment. Hold on. I gotta pull it up. Let me get it ready.
I do want to tell you this story real quick about Baker. I know I talked about in our pregame show about sitting down with him. So we were asked in the pregame show, do we come up with our own questions or do producers do it? And so my relationship with producers, they'll send an outline and some suggestions. And then I have calls with the teams and coaches that can help add more, take out more. I went back, Charissa. Joel had suggested saying something like, Bake, your life could be a documentary. It's so interesting in terms of what you've gone through. Number 1 pick, the tough times in Cleveland. Then he goes to Carolina. So I went back and I shout out Chat GPT. I wrote criticism of Baker Mayfield in 2022 when he was with Carolina. Charissa, the headlines were so mean and horrible. Bust. Height is an issue. Just like
mean, just mean.
Mean. And he came and sat down and he's so great. And I just said, people think they can say whatever. People think these athletes, they're just like Teflon and they don't hear it. It won't affect them. They're people. They're humans. I think of Emily Mayfield. I think of people in his life that do see that. I cannot believe I was so scarred from reading that. And then I sat in front of him and I was like, you're fantastic. I can't believe the fact you went through all that shit. Here you are in Tampa. The community loves him. He's won 3 straight games with 4th quarter comebacks. Like, it's insane. Like, good for you, Baker, for not throwing the towel in. America's quarterback.
Well, it leads me right into, I sat down with Daniel Jones this week.
Yes.
And prior to the game, they're 3-0. He's the first NFL player to ever have three rushing touchdowns, 3 passing touchdowns, no interceptions. The team's 3-0, like all this kind of stuff. For those of you that don't know, Daniel Jones played 6 years in New York. They were bad. They were. He'll be the first to tell you it was bad. He got booed out of New York. It was sort of like same thing. He's a bust. He got a contract, and then everyone was like, "Why pay him?" All this kind of thing. Negative. Fine, but I sat across from him, and I was like, "Do you keep receipts?" Because now, and again,
I said that too to Baker.
It's early in the year, and they just lost to the Rams, but like it was a good game. And anyone that's following sports will tell you that like Indianapolis is like the real deal. They have a great run game. Daniel Jones is playing great. Their defense is great. Okay, they're a viable team, especially in that division. But I'm excited for him, just like I'm excited for Baker or Sam Darnold, or even when Geno Smith was having success in Seattle, and now remains to be seen in Oakland. But this idea that when you get written off, because this is the world that we live in, and it's not just in sports but in life. We do it with certain celebrity musicians or actors or whatever. You write them off, and then we love to tear people down. But I love a comeback, and so I think that's why Baker's so relatable. Or, it remains to be seen what Daniel Jones is able to do for the rest of the year. But at least these guys have enough confidence in themselves, or like his, former teammate and Saquon Barkley's like, you'll never meet a guy that works harder or is the bigger class act. And when Saquon Barkley's opinion means a lot to me. He's another guy that got, was like cast out of New York and then goes and wins a Super Bowl. But these athletes are reminders to me, and I think that that's what's so beautiful about sports, is that you can be written off, and if you get a second chance or a third chance, you can have success, and you are the author of your own story. And it just sometimes is a relocation situation or being with the right coach. And so I love sports for so many reasons, but I love a comeback story. And if I was them, I'd be like this, because I said to Daniel Jones, he's like, he's too classy. He's like, no, I try not to pay attention to that stuff. I go, not me. I said, I keep so many receipts. I'm a CVS receipt. I said, that shit is so long. I said, I got so many fucking people that I would want to take down if I could. And he's like, laughs. But I'm like, I just love sports. Hey, speaking of people trying to take us down, you ready for this?
Okay, sure.
Okay. This is where I think I've definitely told this story before, but we want to talk about terrible headlines. Deadspin. It's long gone now, but they had some gnarly, when I was first started in the business, they had some gnarly headlines about me. They said I was on a suicidal path to Frumpyville. What a horrible thing to say, but whatever. So I learned very early on, as I know you did, not to pay attention to this bullshit, like, headline stuff or comments that people make. I really don't care. But this made me laugh. On a thing that someone had posted, or Fox had posted of you and I yesterday, we were talking about the game and Baker and all that kind of stuff. One of the comments said, Charissa's getting a little long in the tooth. I didn't even know what that meant.
What does that mean?
I had to look up. It means that I'm getting old, but I had to laugh because I was like,
so am I. I'm older than you.
I was like, yeah, I had this one tooth that's moving that I got to get Invisalign for. But I was like, what does long in the tooth mean? And then I just laughed as I'm sitting there at halftime of my first games. And I was just like, because Fox, hey, shout out to Fox Instagram, doing a lot of activity. They're really cranking out the content. And I love that. So I was like, oh, we're adorable. Look at us. And then the first comment was, getting a little long in the tooth. And I was like, I don't even know what that means. And it's not going to hurt my feelings. Okay. I had braces. I've got great teeth. So I don't care if it's a tooth or if it's you're
I have a couple guesses of who wrote that. Howie Long had a comment. Those are the comments I care about.
Howie Long is truly one of my favorite human beings on the planet. We've talked about this before. If Howie's upset with Erin and I, it's like our dad being upset with us, because he is the classiest human being. Shout out to Diane, his wife, and just, we love the Long family. They are class personified. So he came over to the kickoff set. No. And he goes, and he starts telling this story about a neighbor that he had growing up. And the neighbor came over and gifted them something, and how he was like, didn't know what to do with it. And then I said, and so he's telling this story, and it's not registering to me right away that he's referencing our chat about the neighbors. And then finally I was like, oh, Howie, you listen? He was like, well, I saw the clip, and I also had a story about neighbors. And I just was like, I love you so much.
Love
if we could give out an award for the Calm Down Listener of the Week, it would be a toss-up every week between Howie Long and Dean Blandino.
It really would.
I just adore the people we work with. We're so lucky.
We are. I had a check-in with the pregame show after I was lucky enough to do your show. And also, by the way, so we do check-ins with the studio show. I'm out at site. They make sure our mic is good, that you can hear me, that I can hear you. Hey, this is just, remember, this is just what we're doing.
Mic check.
Yep. And Charissa's so great that she's like, hey, Charles and Jules say hi. And I'm like, you guys, hi. And it's just so sweet because it's like we just saw each other 2 weeks ago, the whole crew, but it's great to say hi. So then I do my bit with Charissa, and then I check into the NFL on Fox's pregame show. And Kurt's like, Erin, can you hear me? And I'm like, yeah, I can, Kurt. And then he's like, all right. And then I hear, hi, Erin. And sometimes I'm like, okay, who is that? And then he's like, how you doing out there? And I'm like, hi, Howie, how are you? And they can see you, but I can't see them.
Right.
And he's like, that guy. And I was leading into my piece about Baker, and he goes, that guy, he seems like he's really great, huh? And I go, yeah, Baker, he's so awesome. I mean, I feel like, he's a guy everybody would want to hang out with. He was so good, obviously what he's done the last couple of weeks. He goes, no, I mean, Ken Jeong from 99 to Beat. Like, I can't. Howie, you're so sweet.
Hey,
and just so worried about things.
The best. I truly, if that guy, I'd vote him if he wanted to be the mayor, the governor, the president of the United States, America's sweetheart, Howie Long. Hey, I got to say something real quick. And you're always the first to be like, okay, that's enough. Congratulations on the success of 99 to Beat.
Oh gosh,
thank you. Proud of you. It is such a great show. And for those of you, it debuted they had a little sneak preview episode on Sunday. Then it debuted on Wednesday. If you guys haven't seen, this podcast comes out on Thursday. So I will have, I better make sure that you guys, I'm going to check in with you guys, all you listening. If you missed it this Wednesday, make sure you check it out the following week, because our girl crushes it with Ken Jeong. It's such a fun show, and so many of the different activities you can do at home. So make sure you tune into Fox on Wednesdays.
And if you miss it on Wednesdays, you can check it out on Hulu the next day.
Woo! Oh, good. Perfect. I love all of that. I'm just so proud of you, and you're doing a million things. Before we get out of here, I just want to say, I'm headed to my high school reunion this weekend. I've never been to my high school reunion because my 20-year high school reunion was during COVID, since I'm the class of 2000 when we all thought the world was ending. Yeah. And so I'm really excited. I'm still really close with a lot of the people I went to high school with. And when I say a lot, it's like literally like a dozen, which is a lot. So, we said as a group, we're like, let's go back. Like, we didn't do 10 years because 10 years is too soon. And with social media, like, what some people are doing, but I'm excited to just see what the class of Inglemoor High School class of 2000 is up to. So I can't wait to fill you guys in.
What's the itinerary? What are you guys doing? I haven't gone to a reunion.
You haven't? Like I said, I've never been either, but it's just, it worked out because it's on Friday. So I'm going to do my Thursday game. I got a home game, Rams-Niners, which I'm very much looking forward to. NFC West, divisional matchup. This is a huge game because, as you could even look at the Chargers situation when they went 3-0 against division rivals, anyone can tell you that a divisional game counts really as 2 wins when you look at it. Whoa. Let's not kick the computer there, huh? What'd the computer do to you, lady? Anyways, so I'm excited to do that game, but then I get to get on a flight. Friday's the activity, little night soiree. Not sure. I kind of one of those people that just shows up. My other friends are responsible, so they're going to tell me what to do. And then Saturday I leave, and then I'll be in studio Sunday. But yeah, I'm excited.
Is it at your high school or like at a bar?
No.
Like, how did those go?
No, I think I don't know. It's just at some like venue where, you don't go back to the high school. Although I'd like to. I wonder if they've done anything there. Anywho, so I'll keep you updated on that. I know everyone's just dying to know how that goes.
I am.
But I love you. You've got a home game. Chargers. Who are the Chargers playing?
Commanders.
Oh, that's right. Okay, and Jaden Daniels should be back for that one, hopefully. All right. Well, I love it. You have yourself a great little week, even though I act like I'm not going to talk to you 700 times from now until then. But I love you. And thanks for listening, guys. We love you all.
Thanks, guys. Meow. Calm Down with Erin and Charissa is a production of iHeartRadio.
For more podcasts from iHeartRadio, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.